Random act of kindness continues to linger on your mind decades later. 6 years ago I woke up to the police calling the tiny shack I called an apartment. At first, I didn't answer as I thought they'd come to evict me. I hadn't paid my rent in months. But then I got to thinking. My mom hadn't been too good, and what if it was something about her? Worried, I rang home to my home to find my mother was in hospital and not expected to survive the night. "Get home, son," my dad said. I got to the railway station to find I'd missed the last train. A train was going as far as Peterborough, but I would miss the connecting Leeds train by 20 minutes. I bought a ticket home and got on anyway. I was a struggling student and didn't have the money for a taxi the whole way, but I had a screwdriver in my pocket and my bunch of skeleton keys. I was so desperate to get home that I planned to rob a car in Peterborough, hitchhike, or steal some money. I wanted to do something. Anything. I just knew from my dad's tone of voice that my mother was going to die that night, and I intended to get home even if it killed me. "Tickets, please," I heard, as I stared blankly out of the window at the passing darkness. I fumbled for my ticket and gave it to the guard when he approached. He stamped it, but then just stood there looking at me. I'd been crying, had red eyes, and must have looked terrible. "You okay?" he asked. "Of course I'm okay," I said. "Why wouldn't I be? And what's it got to do with you in any case?" "You look awful," he said. "Is there anything I can do?" "You could get lost and mind your own business," I said. "That'd be a big help." I wasn't in the mood for talking. He was only a little guy, and he must have read the danger signals in my body language and tone of voice, but he sat down opposite me anyway and continued to engage me. "If there's a problem, I'm here to help. That's what I'm paid for." I was a big guy in my prime, so I thought for a second about physically sending him on his way, but somehow it didn't seem appropriate. He wasn't really doing much wrong. I was going through all the stages of grief at once. Denial, anger, guilt, withdrawal all rushed through me. Everything but acceptance. I was a bubbling cauldron of emotion, and he had placed himself in my line of fire. The only other thing I could think of to get rid of him was to tell him my story. "Look, my mom's in the hospital, dying. She won't survive the night. I'm going to miss the connection to Leeds at Peterborough, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get home. It's tonight or never. I won't get another chance. I'm a bit upset and I don't really feel like talking. I'd be grateful if you'd leave me alone. Okay?" "Okay," he said, finally getting up. "Sorry to hear that, son. I'll leave you alone then."